everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Now in today's video I will be talking about the full moon that's occurring on the 16th of April 2022 in the sign of Libra. Now this full moon occurs at about 26 degrees 46 minutes Libra. So the sun will be in the sign of Aries at the same degree. Now if you have got planets or points, angles at this degree or around this degree, say 3 to 4 degrees before and after, then you will feel the effect of this full moon more personally, more significantly in your life during this time. Now the full moon is a time of culmination, especially if you started something around the new moon in Libra time last year in 2021 in the month of October. So the new moon that occurred then, if you started something at that time, this is the time you will see the culmination, you will see the outcome, the result, the fulfillment, or just matters regarding that energy will be clarified so that you can make adjustments or alterations to move forward after making the adjustments. So the full moon is a time of culmination. The sun and moon are opposite to each other, and the moon is receiving the full light, the full illumination of the sun. So wherever your full moon is, wherever Libra sign sits in your chart, that area will be spotlighted during this time. Now full moon is a time of balancing as well, because the sun and moon are opposite to each other. So there's a need to balance the Aries and Libra side of our lives. So Libra is about harmonizing, it's about the other person, it's about relationship, it's about cooperation, negotiation, coming together to maintain a relationship. Now Aries is all about self-assertion, it's about leadership, it's about taking action. Now Aries and Libra axis is about relationship with ourselves and relationship with others. So this is the time to balance the energy between independence and dependence. Now this full moon will be forming a very harmonious aspect with Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. So it's a very free-flowing, collaborative, supportive aspect between the full moon and Saturn. Now this full moon will also be squaring Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So Libra and Capricorn are cardinal sign, so planets in there square each other. So the full moon will be squaring Pluto. So with this aspect with Saturn and Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, Saturn is in Aquarius and Pluto is in Capricorn, and moon is in Libra. So this angle, so there's an energy of relationship, career matters, authority figures, community. All these energies are coming together. So it will be a harmonious energy when you are trying to balance it with your community, your social circle, with authority figures, your career matters and all that. And with the square aspect with Pluto and Capricorn, there might be a bit of intense pressure and desire to control and maintain our lives and our relationship during this time. Now the ruler of this full moon is Venus, because Venus rules Libra, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces during this full moon and forming a stellium in the sign of Pisces. So there's going to be Jupiter, Neptune, Venus and Mars all together in the sign of Pisces. So there's a lot of emphasis on the Pisces sign as well, wherever it sits in your chart. Now with this Venus in the sign of Pisces, which rules this full moon, is going to aspect Mercury in the sign of Taurus, which is another Venus ruled sign. So definitely there is a lot of emphasis on the Libra sign, the Aries sign, the Aquarius sign, Pisces sign and Taurus sign during this full moon. So let's begin with each of the 12 zodiac sign and how this full moon is going to affect each of the 12 zodiac sign. Aries, for you the full moon in Libra occurs in your opposite sign, opposite house. That's the 7th house of partnership. Now this full moon is going to bring you awareness regarding other people in your life. Relationship matters, partnership matters, and this can be both personal and business. So this is the time Aries, to find balance within your relationship. Now sun is in the sign of Aries in your sign, in your first house. Aries season is definitely focused on you, on yourself, on your your life path, your destiny, your choices, what you want from life. But during this full moon there's a need to balance it out with other people in your life as well. So there's a major emphasis during this full moon on other people in your life, on your teams, on people you work with as well, just any one-to-one interaction, because 7th house is related to any interaction with other people that you have. Now this full moon will also create awareness regarding how you manage relationship, how you handle relationship, how you build rapport with other people, how you maintain relationship, how you grow relationship. So your relationship matter is definitely spotlighted excited during this time. And with this full moon in your 7th house, you will reach some kind of culmination or fulfillment regarding your relationship matter. Now, if you're in a relationship, you may make it official as well, or you may get a better understanding regarding your partner, if you want to take that forward or not. And if there has been any kind of issues in your relationship, during this time you'll get a better understanding and awareness regarding your relationship and how to move forward. If you want to commit to it, or whatever path you want to take, you will get a better understanding regarding that. Now, this full moon in Libra is trining Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 11th house. So that's your social circle comes into play, your collaboration, your teamwork, people you work with. So with this full moon in your 7th house of relationship and partnership, trining Saturn in your 11th house, this is a great aspect to get better understanding regarding your relationship and your social setup as well. Your teamwork, your collaboration, the associates, acquaintances, whatever they are, even in your career matters, if the people you work with. So anybody you are interacting with on a daily basis, anybody you are working with, or just you have a more significant kind of relationship, all these matters will definitely come to forth, and there would be need to acknowledge them, maintain them, grow them, or move on from them if it's not helping you grow. Now, this full moon also squares Pluto in Capricorn, which is your 10th house of career. So again, you might feel a bit of a pressure to maintain relationship due to career pressure, due to your external pressure. You may be seeking external validation in your career matters through these relationship and these collaboration and these social network that you have. So definitely all this is going to give you better understanding of where you stand, where relationship matters, and your social standing is concerned, your public standing, your reputation, and all that is concerned, Aries. Now, the ruler of this full moon is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces in your 12th house. Now, along with Venus, there's also Jupiter, Neptune, and Mars all together forming a stellium in your 12th house in the sign of Pisces. So Pisces energy is very significant energy during this full moon. Now, Aries, just to remind you that 7th house represents open enemies and 12th house represents hidden enemies. Now, during this full moon, this combination of the ruler of full moon in 12th house with the 7th and 12th house axis coming into play, there could be a need for not letting any kind of delusion or unrealistic expectation affect your relationship matter during this time, because approaching your relationship matters from an idealistic point of view without any realistic grounding can be problematic during this time. So make sure you are looking deeper into what you're getting into. If it's a collaboration, relationship, career matters, people you work with, or relationship, any personal or business, this is it's definitely a time that you will get a better awareness regarding where you stand, and any kind of delusion or any kind of unrealistic expectation may be dissolved during this time. You will get understanding of it as well, where you stand regarding your overall relationship, all aspects, especially related to your social setting and work kind of related matters, definitely. Now, this Venus is forming an aspect with Mercury in your 2nd house in the sign of Taurus. So that's your 2nd house, money matters comes into forth, and it's a harmonious aspect. So definitely you can expect some kind of increase in finances in the future going forward, due to the collaborations or the professional gains that you can have in future following this awareness that is created by the full moon regarding your social standing, Aries. So overall, Aries, during this full moon, there's a need to understand your relationship better, and not just your personal and business, even your teamwork, your social career, any kind of relationship, especially the ones you interact on a daily basis, regarding work matters, regarding business matters, regarding money matters. There's a need to be a little bit more aware and not lead from a delusional and unrealistic space, Aries. Taurus, for you, the full moon in Libra occurs in your 6th house. Now, 6th house is the house of work and health matters, and and the sun is in the sign of Aries in your 12th house, which is the house of your subconscious pattern, your healing needs, and the need to retreat, take a break, and just, be in solitude. So a full moon occurring in the house of your work and health matters is going to bring some kind of awareness, culmination regarding these energies. Now, if you had started something when the new moon was in the sign of Libra 6 months ago, then you will see some kind of fulfillment or culmination in that matter during this full moon. So during this time, there's a need to look at your daily routine, your habits, your work, the work environment, working condition, your job condition, whatever you are in that, and see where there is a need to make adjustments, changes in order to move forward. Now, if something was started in these areas, you will see a culmination, maybe some kind of diet plan or health plan or health regime that you started, some kind of exercise plan or something like that. Then you will see the results during this time, or you will see the need for adjustments in order to move forward. Now, Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your 10th house and is trining this full moon. So this is a very harmonious aspect. Now, 10th house is your career matter and 6th house is your work matter. So your daily life, what you're doing on a daily basis and what you're trying to achieve on, on a public stage is kind of harmonizing, it's complementing it. So you will see growth in these matters, both these matters fall. So you will see some kind of culmination, awareness or fulfillment, or you may be in a mental space that you are more aware where you are heading, where you want to go in terms of, just generally your vocation, your calling, your life direction, whatever that might be. So you're gonna get some kind of understanding of how to approach these matters moving forward. Now, this full moon is squaring Pluto in the 9th house, which is a house of your belief system and exploration, new opportunities. So this full moon may give a bit of awareness regarding your the opportunities you want to take on, the need to be open-minded. You may feel the pressure to be a little bit more accommodating and taking on new possibilities. Be open to those energies more during this full moon, and you may feel a bit of conflicted regarding those matters. Now, the ruler of this full moon is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces during this time. Pisces is your 11th house, Taurus, which is about social circle, your group work, teamwork, your acquaintances, your professional gains and hopes and wishes and all that. Now, along with Venus, there's also Jupiter, Neptune and Mars all together forming a stellium in your 11th house. So there's a lot of 11th house emphasis as well during this full moon. So you may find yourself in the middle of your social group, social network, group work. So there would be a lot of focus on what you're contributing, what is your role in in the group work, in the teamwork, and all these, your hopes and wishes, all those are very much highlighted, spotlighted during this time, your professional gains and collaboration and all that. And also there's a need to be mindful that it is Piscean energy, so it can lead to some kind of unrealistic approach to these matters or unrealistic expectation during this full moon. So definitely during this full moon, there's a need to be a little bit more realistic in approaching your community, your social network, your the group projects and all that, the collaborations, that all that you have in your life. And this full moon will give you a better understanding to how to approach these matters, your professional, your career matters, your professional gains, your group matters, all these matters. You will definitely get a better understanding, especially the way you're functioning in your daily life, the way you are handling your daily routine, your habits and all that. So maybe a change in all those matters, or an adjustment, or some kind of awareness in those matters will help you understand your collaborations, professional matters, career matters and all that much better. Now, this Venus is sextiling Mercury in your sign, the sign of Taurus, in your 1st house. So 11th house and 1st house energies are harmonious during this full moon. So Mercury in your 1st house, this is a great time to express yourself, especially in a social setting. So Taurus, whatever you want to achieve going forward, whatever your plans are, whatever your goals are, regarding collaboration and career matters, this is a great time to communicate those, express those, within your your group, within your social setting, within your collaborations and all that, the career, the group professional setting that you have, in order to make movement in those matters, move those forward, progress in those matters. So your daily life, whatever you are doing on a daily basis, is going to be helped and complemented by your goals and ambitions, you know, your larger goals and ambitions, definitely. So whatever you're trying to achieve on a larger scale is what you probably are putting in effort in your, you know, daily life. So your daily work is going to lead to, you know, career growth and career, you know, upward movement in your career matters. So Taurus, overall, this full moon is going to bring you awareness regarding your daily life, your lifestyle, your work environment, your health matters, and all that, and will help you in, you know, making your daily life or just your routine schedules, whatever you have, you know, a bit more productive, so that you can use your capabilities to grow in your career matters, to grow just in your general life, Taurus, you know, to flourish and to progress and to, you know, advance in your life overall. Geminis, for you, the full moon in Libra occurs in your 5th house. Now, 5th house is the house of your solo expression, your solo project, your self-expression. It's a house of creativity, recreational activities, you know, joy, fun, happiness, romance, children, creativity, you know, artistic self, and all that. So Geminis, this full moon in your 5th house is going to really bring focus, spotlight to whatever is in your heart, whatever your heart desires, whether it's in terms of creativity, romance, children, you know, solo projects, passion, hobbies, talents, whatever that might be. This full moon is going to bring you awareness, Geminis, in terms of your solo gratification, where you find your personal gratification and where your personal, true, you know, your own desires lies. Now the sun is in the sign of Aries in the 11th house during this full moon, and 11th house is about collaboration, it's about group work, it's about your social group, your collaboration, it's about being part of a collective, you know, a part of a team. So this Aries season, there's a lot of emphasis on your social setting anyways, but during this full moon there's an emphasis on yourself, on your, what brings you joy, what brings you personal satisfaction, where does your personal growth lies. You can be part of a collective, you can be part of a group, and you can be contributing in that, but during this full moon, do make sure you understand what brings you joy, where does your talent lie, and how to express yourself, you know, your own self-expression. If you need to look at a solar project or anything that you started during the new moon in Libra 6 months ago, you could be, you know, getting a more awareness, or, you know, some kind of fulfillment that you've done a good job, or there could be an opportunity to, you know, make changes or adjustment in order to move forward. Now Saturn is in the 9th house in the sign of Aquarius for you, Geminis, and is forming a very harmonious aspect with the full moon in Libra. It's trining because both are air signs. So a full moon in 5th house and Saturn in your 9th house is a great energy, because all the things that you desire in your heart, you know, whatever brings you joy, happiness, is connected with your you know, expanding your horizon, you know, your the need to have fun, the need to expand, the need to explore, the need to reach out and be open-minded. So it's very harmonious during this time. So all this will definitely promote self-development, personal development, because you're open during this time. You are willing to travel, learn, and it's great time for education purposes as well. You get some kind of understanding what path you want to go on, what you want to learn, what you want to study, and all that. If you want to go for higher education or just learning in general as well, it's not just to do with a you know, degree program or university course. It can be learning. You want to expand your mind, so you are learning. So this full moon is going to give you a understanding where you should be heading, the path to grow, where you could be growing. So this is a really good aspect. Now this full moon is going to square Pluto in your 8th house as well. So there could be some kind of pressure related to your shared resources or shared value system, how you are valued within a group, within a union, especially, you know, if it's a kind of a mutually benefiting kind of, financially benefiting kind of situation, like you coming together in a business partnership and all that. So there could be some kind of pressure to perform perform or to show what you bring to the table during this time, Geminis. Now, Geminis, the ruler of this full moon in Libra is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces in your 10th house. Now, along with Venus, there's also Jupiter, Neptune, and Mars, all forming a stellium in your 10th house. So there's a lot of 10th house emphasis as well during this full moon. Now, this can bring external validation or praise or accolades in your career matters. You know, maybe you have done a good job in the last 6 months, something you started in 6 months ago, and this is a time, you know, people around you are applauding you, is appreciating you, and all this can lead to career growth, you know, career promotion. The decision makers, the authority figure, all of them are very impressed. All these can lead to a rise in your career, growth in your career, can lead to prominence, reputation, you know, better reputation, public image in your career matters, better relationship with the authority figures, and just basically this is a great opportunity for praise and validation, you know, moving forward, all contributing to career progress, Geminis. Now, Geminis, this Venus in the sign of Pisces in your 10th house is going to aspect, sextile aspect to Mercury in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house. Now, Mercury is your ruler, Gemini, so forming a harmonious aspect with the ruler of this full moon is a good time to display any hidden capabilities, hidden talents that you have for the purpose of, you know, career growth, career progress. And it's a great time to even think about what's your motivation behind you know, where you're heading in life, your life direction, and what you want to bring in your life during this time. So it's a great time to retreat, take a break as well, and think about what you're working on. You know, if there's a project or skills, capabilities you're building on behind the scene, this Venus aspecting a Mercury will help you express successfully going forward, all leading to better expression, better communication, career growth, better relationship with you know, group relationship within social setting, you know, with your collaborators, association, acquaintances, and all that. And if you do feel a bit of pressure to perform or to contribute more in your social setting, you will get a better understanding. And it's a good time to be open-minded, Geminis, and, you know, explore and be adventurous in terms of seeking new opportunities and new growth going forward. Cancer, for you, the full moon in Libra occurs in your 4th house. Now, 4th house is the house of your emotional and physical foundation. It relates to your home environment, your family members, your need for stability and security, your own emotional comfort level, also your real estate, your home, you know, house, address, wherever you live. So a full moon occurring in your 4th house is going to bring you awareness regarding where you are in terms of your emotional foundation, in your you know, your sense of stability, your home environment, what you have achieved until now. So there's a need to acknowledge as well, Cancer, during this time, what you have built in your, you know, in your home environment. Especially if you have started something 6 months ago when the new moon in Libra occurred, this could be a time of culmination, fulfillment, you know, resolution, or just, you know, gratification in terms of, you know, your home environment. Now, Sun is in the sign of Aries in your 10th house, so your life purpose, life direction, your career matters is also very much in the focus during this Aries season. But particularly on the day of the full moon, there's a special focus, special spotlight in your home matters. So there's a need to balance your home and career matters during this time. Now, Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your 8th house and is forming a very harmonious aspect with this full moon in your 4th house. Now, with the 4th house and 8th house energy coming together and in a very harmonious aspect, there's a need to understand your commitments in jointly held commitments better. And if there's any kind of you know, limitations, vulnerability attached to your you know, your joint finances, or you know, joint resources, joint values, this is the time to release those fears attached to it. And this harmonious energy is going to bring you clarification, awareness, or resolution regarding these matters to move forward without fear, without hesitation, without paranoia or any kind of fear attached to your or vulnerability attached to your joint resources. Now this full moon is squaring Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house of relationship and one-to-one interaction with other people. So anybody you interact with is a 7th house matter. So this square aspect can give conflicts regarding how you're interacting with people and your emotional stability and security. So the realization and the awareness that comes with this full moon regarding your home matters and your relationship matters need to be balanced, and it's a good idea to communicate and have honest conversation, open conversation if there are any kind of issues arising from it, to be able to turn the conflict and challenges with this square aspect into progress and understanding the relationship better. So definitely this realization and awareness that comes with your own emotional understanding, your own home setup, how your home arrangements are, your living conditions are, will give you better understanding to release any fear regarding joint ventures, building up joint resources, or even relationship matter, partnership matters, any business also, and this can be business partnership as well. It's not just personal relationship. So if you have got any kind of fear or challenges attached to partnership, you will get a better understanding how to move forward, Cancer. Now the ruler of this full moon in Libra is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces, and it will be in your 9th house. Now along with Venus there's also Jupiter, Neptune and Mars all together in the sign of Pisces in your 9th house. Now 9th house is to do with traveling, learning, exploring, expanding, and just keeping yourself open, mind open to trying out new things. So this full moon is going to bring a bit of awareness regarding your belief system as well, and if there are any unrealistic expectation, any delusion attached to where you're heading, what your expectations are, what your life purpose is, what you want to do, the opportunities you want to take, and your belief system as well, your perspective, how you see things, is you're going to get a kind of understanding, awareness regarding what's holding you back to go on that journey, go on that path, and what is best for you, Cancer. So Cancer, there's definitely a potential to go further and to explore and expand, most definitely. But if there is any kind of delusion or unrealistic expectation attached to your home environment, home expectations, and it's not letting you explore the way you want to explore, then this full moon is definitely going to give you understanding of how to approach these matters, how to go forward, and how to make adjustment changes in order to accommodate and bring in that growth and progress in your life, overall life direction. Now this Venus in Pisces is going to sextile Mercury in the sign of Taurus in your 11th house, which is the house of your new encounters, social circle and all that. So with this exploration, if you explore outside, if you stretch yourself, stretch your boundaries, you will definitely meet new people, new collaboration, and this is going to definitely help you grow, because Mercury in 11th house is great time to connect and communicate with people, your friends, your social circle, all those people. So definitely it's a great time to do that exploration, to reach out to new people, keep yourself open to new opportunities, and just step out of your home as well to take on these opportunities as well, Cancer. So Cancer, overall this full moon in Libra is definitely going to give you better awareness, realization, culmination, resolution, fulfillment, all that regarding your emotional and physical foundation, your home environment, family members and all that. And it's a good idea to keep your mind open and stay realistic, release any kind of fear that is attached to unions or bonding, or just coming together to build resources, and just keep yourself open, Cancer. When you're open-minded, when you're willing to meet new people and bring in those new opportunities in your life, that's when you grow and you progress in life. That's when you vibrate with your higher self, Cancer. Leos, for you, the Libra full moon occurs in your third house. Now, third house is the house of communication, networking, connecting. It's the house of your siblings, your local environment, your neighborhood, local community. It's also the house of, short trips, getting out of your city for just, exploring around. It's also the house of your opinion, your personal perspective, your own mindset, your own outlook. So when a full moon in Libra occurs in your third house, Leos, this is the time to express yourself, communicate yourself with more balance and harmony, with more diplomacy. So this full moon is going to give you better understanding regarding how you communicate, how you connect, what you say, how you say, your relationship with your surroundings, siblings, community, neighborhood. Also any business dealings, contracts, jobs, interviews, appointments, all those, you will get a better understanding regarding those matters. Now, if there was something started during the new moon in Libra 6 months ago, you will have some kind of culmination or a news, outcome or fulfillment or gratification or resolution, realization. Some kind of energy will come your way that will help you move forward. Maybe you need to make some changes and adjust yourself, the way you communicate or whatever that might be, to be able to progress and grow in your life, Leos. Now, Sun is in the sign of Aries in your ninth house, which is the house of larger perspective, big pictures, the house of your belief system, learning and traveling, exploring, keeping yourself open to new opportunities. So adventure is definitely on your mind for the entire month, Leo. You definitely want to travel, learn, explore, go on a quest during this entire month. But specifically during this full moon, it's about focusing on yourself, where you are currently, your local area, and explore that more, understand that more, and connect with people as well in your surrounding, your close ties as well, your siblings, just people you connect on a daily basis with. So for the entire month, you're definitely eager to connect with the larger world and people at large. But during this full moon, connect with people, express whatever you need to express within your close ties, and just be mindful how you're communicating, how you're expressing yourself as well during this time. Now, this full moon in the third house is going to trine Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your seventh house, which is your opposite sign. So communication within your relationship will be harmonious. So this is a good time to express whatever is in your heart, and this can be both personal relationship and business relationship. So anything you want to express, if there is any confusion, you want to clarify, you want to have honest conversation regarding your relationship matter, this is a great time to go ahead and express yourself, whatever is in your heart. Just communicate it to the people in your life, and this can be any relationship. Wherever you see there's a need to have honest conversation or there's a need to express, Leos, this is a great time to do that. Now, third house energy is also to do with social media. So if you're expressing on social media, you are connecting with people through internet and all that, then also you will get some kind of culmination, realization or fulfillment regarding those matters as well. Now, this full moon will be squaring Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your sixth house. So you may feel a bit pressurized regarding your daily life and what you're doing on a daily basis in terms of your work and health matters could come to forth, and there can be some kind of confusion or pressure regarding your lifestyle, how you are, you're structuring your day and all that, how you're connecting with people, how you're communicating, and just your, the way you function, you structure your daily life, your health matters and all that. So definitely any challenges that comes about from daily pressure, what you're doing on a daily basis, just to the way you function, your habits, your old habits and all that, this is going to give you a kind of a realization and understanding to work around it and bring growth in your life, bring a different way of doing things, different perspective, different approach to how you just generally go about in life, Leos. Now, the ruler of this full moon in Libra is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces in your 8th house. Now, along with Venus is also Jupiter, Neptune and Mars all together forming a stellium in 8th house. Now, 8th house is the house of shared values and shared resources. It's also the house of commitments and coming together to, for a mutually benefiting situation. and it's a house of union, it's a house of devotion, loyalty, you know, sticking together. So with this Pisces emphasis in your 8th house, there could be a situation where you have feel pressure or uncomfortable where your unions are concerned. You may have to surrender or sacrifice what you want to do for the purpose of you know, the union, whatever, you know, the jointly held union, whatever you are trying to build together. You know, you may feel that whatever your own solo thing is, you may feel a bit obligated during this time with the strong Pisces energy. You may even have some kind of unrealistic expectation regarding unions, or just, you know, coming together to build resources, or, you know, what you bring to the table in a union during this time. So definitely this is going to give you a better clarity, awareness regarding where you are. So with this heavy emphasis of Pisces in your 8th house, and all this and all these planetary energy, you know, the stellium of 4 planets in your 8th house, you may feel you know, some kind of expectations or obligation around your shared values or shared resources during this time. You may feel emotionally overwhelmed as well with all this energy, and this full moon, which gives you know, illumination, realization, like culmination to the, you know, emotional culmination as well. So you may feel a bit, you know, with this 8th house energy regard. So Leos, this full moon in your 3rd house can give you some kind of understanding if there was any kind of confusion or issues regarding your connections as well. You know, going forward, and you may be in a better position to understand where you're heading, what your current situation is, and, you know, how you can communicate or express yourself, even when it's connected to, you know, your resources, finances, you know, with other people, you know, building resources with other people, or sharing resources with other people, whether it's an intimate relationship or in a business partnership. So you will definitely get a better understanding to be able to express whatever you need to express going forward. Now this Venus in Pisces in your 8th house is going to aspect Mercury in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house, and it's a harmonious aspect. So this harmonious aspect can bring spotlight on you, that can help you in, you know, grow in your career, progress in your career, and build that reputation going forward, and also can bring you professional opportunities, business opportunities, you know, that helps you grow in the future. So this full moon overall, Leos, for you is a great time to get a better understanding of how you communicate, how you connect with people, what you need to express, how you need to express, and to have those honest conversations in relationship, in intimate matters, in intimate relationship, in your daily life, how you handle yourself, how you communicate yourself, and also regarding your career matters, your public reputation, your image, how you can use all this energy to grow, advance, and bring in that energy of growth and just reaching your higher self, Leos. Virgos, for you, the full moon in Libra occurs in your 2nd house. Now, 2nd house is a house of your personal finance. It's a house of your material gains, your possession, assets, your accumulated wealth, and also the house of your self-worth. So when a full moon occurs in your 2nd house, this is a chance to understand or create awareness regarding your money matters. Not just how you earn it, but how you manage it, how you handle money as well. So during this time, there's a need to manage your money and also understand your money flow, you know, cash flow, what's coming, what's going, how it's coming, how it's going. So this is the time when you get a complete understanding of what's going on with your personal finances. Now the sun is in the sign of Aries in the 8th house during this full moon, and 8th house is to do with your shared values and shared resources. So there's a need to balance your 2nd house and 8th house energy, Virgos, during this full moon. So you're balancing basically how you're making your own money, you're managing your own money, and also trusting and relying other people to form these mutually beneficial kind of you know, unions to create more wealth, to build resources together. And now this resources can be in a business partnership, or you can gain also through social finances, banking institution, or anything if you're looking for any kind of loan, or if you're expecting some kind of tax rebate or money coming your way. So there's a balance is required between these two energies, because there's going to be a lot of awareness, clarity around your financial matters, Virgos. Now, this full moon is trining Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is your sixth house, which is about your daily life, your routine, your work and health matters. Your daily life, the way you function, your structure, how you structure your day, your routines and all that is well aligned with, what you're accumulating, the material gains or the money that you're earning. So your job is aligned with what you're earning, the finances, the income that you're getting is quite in line with the amount of effort you're putting in. So that's a good energy. So if you do want to change your job and go for a more paying job, this time you can get a better understanding of what to go for, what to expect, and what are your strengths basically, and skills and capabilities, so that you can look for that kind of employment that can enhance your money matter, lead to some kind of gratification and fulfillment in your financial matters. Now, Virgos, this full moon is also going to square Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your fifth house. Now, fifth house is to do with having fun, doing what your heart desires. It's a house of romance, children, creativity, self-expression and all that. So there may be a need to manage your money better if you're spending it a lot on going out recreational, and just having fun. Now, having fun is also important, so it's a good idea to channel and balance the energies better. So look at what you're spending and manage your finances so that you're not in any kind of financial crisis. Now, Virgos, the ruler of this full moon in Libra is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces during this full moon, and Pisces is your opposite sign. So seventh house matter gets emphasized again during this full moon. Now, along with Venus is also Jupiter, Neptune and Mars, all together forming a stellium in your seventh house. So relationship matters, partnership matters, both personal and business, both are very much emphasized during this full moon. Now, it is a Piscean energy, and when Piscean energy can be limitless or boundaryless. So there's a need to create a certain kind of boundary when dealing with relationship, so that you're not creating unrealistic expectation within yourself or with others. Now, Venus and Pisces energy is very creative, romantic, compassionate energy. So you will be probably engaging in other people in interactions or with a significant other, in a committed relationship in a more compassionate, sensitive way. So there is this unrealistic expectation aspect, but also there is this compassionate energy, sensitive, creative, romantic energy of Venus and Pisces as well. So you could use this energy around this full moon to really get more clarity regarding your connections, your how you connect with people, relationship, how you go about your daily life, how you have fun, enjoy life, and romance and recreational activities, fun activities, how you indulge in all those, and balancing it out with the money that you earn, and just figuring out how to manage your money during this time. Now, this Venus in Pisces is going to sextile Mercury in the sign of Taurus, which is your ninth house. Now, ninth house is about exploration. It's about going out and exploring. It's your belief system. It's the philosophy you have in life. It's the traveling needs, learning needs, growing needs. So with Mercury there connecting with your seventh house relationship, this can be a great time for personal growth, personal enhancement through relationship, or keeping relationship in mind while you are exploring and expanding. So this is a great energy with seventh house and ninth house, where it's your interactions, your relationship, your partnership coming together with this need to learn, explore, expand your belief system, your perspective and all that. So it's quite a good open-minded energy when you're connecting with people, with other people. So definitely Virgos, during this full moon in Libra, there's a opportunity to establish a firm foundation during this time, because the clarity you're going to get, the financial clarity that you're going to get during this full moon. So your daily life, your structure, your work, health matter, your relationship matters, your self-expression, creativity, all that can get a firm foundation if you understand and bring changes in your how you handle your finances, and increase your earning, increase your money making capabilities as well by understanding and structuring your day better. The productivity, the output that you expect during daytime can be balanced with the amount of money you earn. So Virgo is definitely a good time to have this positive income flow by understanding your day, how you structure your day, your relationship connections, keeping your mind open, having fun time, but managing your money matters well. Libras, for you, the full moon in Libra occurs in your first house. Now, first house is about you. It's about the self-image, your personal destiny, your personal priority, your life path, your appearance, how you project yourself, how you communicate. All that is the first house matter. So when a full moon occurs here, your sense of self is illuminated. How you project yourself is all coming to light. So you're definitely here. So during this time, you're definitely focused on meeting your own needs, what your desires are, what your priorities are. Your focus is definitely on there. And during this full moon, there's a lot of spotlight emphasis on your sense of self, your self-image as well. Now, the sun is going to be in the sign of Aries during this full moon in your 7th house, which is about partnership. Now, while you focus on yourself, Libra, during this full moon especially, the Aries season is about your partnership. So there's need to appreciate other people in your life and their contribution as well. So Libras, because there's a lot of attention on you during this full moon, because the full moon is occurring in your 1st house, other people may be looking to you for leadership needs or for your input, or they may have expectations from you during this time. So definitely this is a time to focus on yourself, but also keep it balanced with what other people, the needs of other people as well. Now, this full moon in Libra is going to trine Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, which is your 5th house. Now, 5th house is to do with now 5th house is to do with your creativity, your self-expression, children, romance, doing what your heart desires, your talents, creativity, recreational time, just having fun basically. So with Saturn here and aspecting full moon, you will be very serious about these matters. You want to take steps, you want to have fun, you want to do things that brings you joy, pleasure seeking activities is definitely on your agenda during this time, and you're very much serious about it during this time as well, and you will get an understanding as well how to proceed. Now, until now, if you have felt any obstacles in the 5th house matter in terms of your self-expression and just the need to have fun, this full moon is definitely going to give you some kind of understanding, awareness, clarity to how to go forward, how to enjoy, how to have fun, and you will be definitely very serious to do these things. Now, this full moon is going to square Pluto in Capricorn, which is your 4th house of home and family members and your emotional and physical foundation. So you may feel a certain kind of pressure or obligation regarding your home matters during this time, Libras. And also because the full moon is in your 1st house, you want to project yourself, you want to illuminate yourself, and you want to follow your own priorities. You want to focus on your own priorities during this time. So that may be challenged by the needs of other people in your family member during this time. Now, the ruler of this Libra full moon is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces, which is your 6th house, which is about work and health matter, just your daily routine, your habits, and how you go about your daily life, your lifestyle and all that. So during this time, there's definitely a need to structure your day, your work and health matters. Have some structure and system in how you go about, approaching your work and health matter, because Pisces energy is kind of a dissolving, boundaryless kind of energy. So if you don't have structure in your 6th house matter with this Pisces energy and Venus there as well, along with Jupiter, Neptune and Mars, you may be less likely to, follow a structure or a plan in your work and health habits during this time because of lack of organization and order in your daily life. So definitely this full moon will give you some kind of clarity regarding that matter as well, how to go forward. Now, Venus in the sign of Pisces is going to sextile Mercury in the sign of Taurus. Now, Taurus is your 8th house. So with 6th house and 8th house matter harmonizing during this time, there's definitely need to structure your day in a way to be able to manage your money matters better, and also to communicate if there are any issues, and you will find it easier to handle these energy in terms of structuring your lifestyle in a way to be able to manage your joint resources better during this time. So Libras, overall, definitely there is a lot of good energy in terms of you yourself, your self-image, how you project yourself, and you will get some kind of understanding, awareness as well, how to go about if there is some kind of adjustment or changes needs to be made, or the way you have been approaching your life, life path until now. So definitely have a plan, bring order and organization in your daily life in terms of work and health matters both, and this will help you organize your home life as well, your family life as well, and be able to manage money which you jointly hold with other people, maybe a committed partner or something, or even in a business partnership situation. So structuring your day will help you manage yourself, your home life, your money matters, and just also where you're heading in life generally, Libras. Scorpios, for you the Libra full moon occurs in your 12th house. Now 12th house is a house of retreat, it's a house of solitude, it's a house of taking a break, and recharging your batteries, rejuvenating. So it's also the house of past pattern, the house of your subconscious motivation, just your subconscious pattern. So when a full moon occurs in your 12th house, it's time to go inwards, Scorpios, and also to look for answer within yourself. Your own intuition and your own instinct has the best answer. So look within for answers, look at your pattern, subconscious pattern, old patterns, how you function, and this full moon will give you understanding, more clarity regarding your own subconscious motivation as well, and any past pattern, old patterns that may be troubling you, Scorpios, will get closure during this time as you move forward. Now Sun is in the opposite sign, the sign of Aries, in your 6th house. Now 6th house is your work and health matters, so there's a lot of spotlight emphasis on your work and health matter during the Aries season, but during this full moon specifically there would be focus on your inner self, your inner world as well. Now the best way to go forward is to strike a balance between your need to work and to rest. Now this full moon is going to be trining Saturn, the sign of Aquarius, in your 4th house. Now 4th house is your home and family matter, Scorpio. So this is a harmonious aspect. Saturn is getting a harmonious aspect from this full moon. So you are definitely very much serious regarding your home matters, your home environment as well, how your own emotional and physical foundation as well, where your emotional stability, security lies, your own inner contentment is definitely emphasized during this time and is very much harmoniously linked to your own subconscious pattern. So Scorpio's awareness of your inner world, your inner self, is going to help you understand your emotional self, where your inner fulfillment and contentment lies. Now this full moon is also going to square Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 3rd house. Now 3rd house is to do with communication and connection, so there can be some kind of obligation or pressure regarding your how you connect with people, how you communicate, in your surroundings, in your environment. If it gets too overwhelming for you, Scorpios, it's best is to take a break and retreat. Now the ruler of this full moon in Libra is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces, and Scorpios, for you that is 5th house. The 5th house is the house of self-expression, it's the house of creativity, recreational time, romance, children, and all that. Along with Venus here, there's also Jupiter, Neptune, and Mars, all forming a strong stellium in your 5th house. So there's a lot of 5th house energy coming to fore. So this Pisces stellium is definitely going to make you feel very creative, very inspired. You're very much interested in doing what your heart desires, what brings you joy, what brings you gratification. So you definitely focus on that a lot. Just be mindful of the Piscean energy to be a bit more realistic and not get carried away in terms of your expectations of yourself. Now this Venus in Pisces is going to sextile Mercury in the sign of Taurus. Now Taurus is your opposite sign, Scorpio, so your personal as well as your business partnership. So any one-to-one interaction that you have is getting a very positive aspect from the fifth house. So fifth house and seventh house matters are very well aligned during this time. So with this fifth house and seventh house connecting, this is a great time to bring in excitement in your life where your relationship and connections are concerned. It's a great time to communicate and connect with excitement, with enthusiasm. And it's really a great time to have fun with people in your life and communicate as well, because Mercury energy in Taurus is about having these focused stable conversation in terms of your relationship, and communicate whatever it is in your heart with this fifth house energy. So definitely whatever you want to communicate or express in love or in romance or in relationship, this is a great time to do that. So Scorpio, overall during this full moon, there's a need to balance your 12th house and 6th house matter. So your inner motivation, your inner world, you need to retreat, you need to take a break, you need to rest, and your pursuit of happiness, pursuit of that creative inspiration, that sensitivity, the compassion that you want to bring in your life, in your relationship, and balancing it with your daily life, structuring your day, your health matters, your work matters, all that needs to be balanced during this time, so that you can maximize this illumination, this full moon illumination in the sign of Libra, which is about relationship, and connect and communicate within your relationship and with other people, and really have fun during this time, and really create this all-round positive environment in your life, Scorpios, which can promote healing, growth, and happiness. Basically, at the end of the day, brings happiness in your life, joy and happiness. So do retreat if things get overwhelming, Scorpios, but do structure your day as well so that you can balance both the energies. Sagittarius, for you the full moon in Libra occurs in your 11th house. The 11th house is the house of your social network, your social setting, your collaboration, your associates, acquaintances, the group you work in, the team you have, the peers, and also your hopes and wishes and professional gains. So when a full moon occurs in your 11th house, all these areas gets illumination. So you will have some kind of either revelation, realization, gratification, fulfillment, culmination in these matters, especially if you started something 6 months ago when the new moon in Libra occurred. So you will get some kind of understanding and clarity regarding your connection, your social network, the organization you're part of. You'll get a better understanding of people you work with, if you're like-minded or not, if your mindset matches or not. You will get an awareness regarding all these matters. Now Sun is in the sign of Aries in your 5th house, which is the opposite house to the 11th house. So 5th house is about your solo expression, it's about your creativity, it's about your talents and your hobbies, your own solo projects, your own solo self. So with the Sun in your 5th house, this entire Aries season is about expressing yourself. It's about expressing what you are made of, what your talents are. But Sagittarius, during this full moon, there's a special emphasis on also balancing it with your place in the crowd, your role in a group, your role in the teamwork. So there's a need to balance what your contribution is, what you want to express, what your talents and capabilities are, with what you can do in a group, what you can achieve as a group, what you can achieve in an organization or in a collective environment, in a crowd, in a team environment. So your passions, interest, your own creativity, and all that is there. But during this full moon, you need to look at what's bigger than you. How you can contribute to a bigger project and not necessarily worry about your own individual contribution. So you're looking at the group mindset during this full moon in Libra. Now this full moon in Libra is going to trine Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, which is your 3rd house. And 3rd house is to do with communication, connecting, networking, information sharing. It's to do with your close ties, your environment, close environment, and just short trips and business trips and all that, just locally. So when a full moon in your 11th house of social circle connects with your house of network, it's all about communicating and networking and connecting with people. It's about building rapport with people in your environment and at large as well, because 11th house is more to do with the world at large, and 3rd house is definitely to do with your immediate environment. So you're connecting and communicating not just within your environment but also, you know, the world at large. So you're connecting both ways. Now this full moon is also going to square Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 2nd house of personal finance. So you might feel a certain kind of obligation or pressure regarding your personal finance, or even, you know, the way you view yourself, your value system when it comes to your place in the crowd. So again, there is definitely need to balance these challenging energies, this uneasy energy, in order to, you know, overcome the conflict and promote growth during this time. Now the ruler of this full moon in Libra is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is your 4th house, Sagittarius. So it's to do with your home and, you know, family members, your own emotional and physical foundation. So along with Venus, there's also Jupiter, Neptune and Mars in your 4th house during this full moon. So your 4th house matter, your own self, your inner fulfillment, inner contentment, your emotional stability, security, all that is under focus during this time. Now Venus in Pisces is a compassionate, creative, romantic and sensitive energy. So if there were any kind of unrealistic expectation in your home environment, or any, you know, family issues, parental issues, you know, just family member, home related issues in the past, this full moon is going to give you some kind of understanding, clarity, how to proceed, how to, you know, overcome the challenges and promote growth and create more compassionate and sensitive, you know, living conditions for yourself and your family members. Now this Venus in Pisces is going to sextile Mercury in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is your 6th house, which is about work and health matter and your daily life, how you structure your day, you know, how your lifestyle and just your habits and just routines and all on a daily basis. So this 4th house and 6th house energy is connecting. There's a need to understand your daily life. There's a need to you know, structure your daily life so that you can have more peace at home. If your daily life is structured and there's order and organization in how you go about doing your daily you know, duties, then you will be able to rest more at home, and your home will feel like more like a sanctuary, you know, where you can rest, rejuvenate and just have a nice time with your family members in your home environment. So definitely there's a need to understand what your duties are, your productivity, how much you're taking on, if you're taking on too much. Also your health matters. If you are looking after your health, then you will be able to, you know, enjoy more at home. So Sagittarius, overall definitely there's a need to understand your place in the crowd, even though you are focused on self-expression and what you want to contribute. Look at the bigger picture as well during this time, and, you know, reach out. Don't limit yourself in your environment. Connect with people, you know, further than what you have connected until now. You know, go beyond your current group, go beyond your current network, and you know, connect with people beyond your current environment, and that can help you organize your life, can structure your day better, and hence bringing that inner fulfillment and contentment in your home environment, Sagittarius. Capricorn, for you the full moon in Libra occurs in your 10th house. Now 10th house is a house of your reputation, your public image, your vocation, your career matters, your professional matters. So this full moon in your 10th house, Capricorn, can bring more prominence in your career matters, more awareness regarding where you are and where you're heading, you know, your life direction. And it can also bring promotion, it can bring added responsibility. You're called upon to show your leadership qualities, more responsibility can come your way, more advancement, more growth, all these can come your way, you know, following this full moon. Now anything started in the last 6 months, you know, when the new moon in Libra occurred, you can also gain some kind of clarity regarding that, some kind of culmination, maybe an outcome. If you started a project or a job or something during that time, you can reach some kind of culmination. So achievement, advancement, all that can come your way during this full moon. Now Sun is in the sign of Aries, and that is your 4th house, Capricorn. So 4th house is also emphasized during this time, and not just during this time, the entire Aries season is about 4th house for you. But during this full moon in Libra, there is a special spotlight on your career matter. So Capricorn, at the end of the day, there's a need to balance both the energies, your career matters and your home matters during this time. So you may be overly focused on your home matters during this season, this Aries season, but during this full moon, do make sure that you are achieving and focusing and growing and moving towards all those career matters, the professional matters that you have been working on, Capricorn. Now this full moon in Libra is going to trine Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. Now for you, Capricorn, Aquarius is the second house, so your second house matter is also emphasized during this time. So your 10th house and second house matters are harmoniously aligned during this time. So your career matter and your money matters are emphasized during this time. So you may get some kind of awareness or understanding regarding your earning potential. So maybe some kind of increase in your status has led to your financial increase as well. So maybe some kind of increase in status or maybe a promotion has led to your financial enhancement as well. Or even if it is the other way around, if there has not been any growth and you need to make some kind of changes or adjustment to bring in that growth, that will also give you some kind of understanding regarding your financial matter, how to manage it, how to handle your financial matter. Now this full moon is going to square Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your first house. So you may feel some kind of pressure on yourself during this time because of career matters. So maybe, and it could be because of added responsibility or less responsibility, whatever that might be, whatever clarity that comes your way during this time regarding your career matters may pressurize you a little bit. But at the end of the day, Capricorn, it's all about balancing your energies out, channeling your energies in a constructive way so that you can bring in that growth and advancement in your life. Now the ruler of this Libra full moon is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces, which is your third house of communication and connection. And along with Venus, there's also Jupiter, Neptune and Mars all together forming a strong stellium in your third house. So your third house matter is very much emphasized during this full moon. Now Venus in the sign of Pisces is about sensitivity, compassion, it's about creativity, inspiration, in the way you communicate and the way you connect with people. So your communication style, the way you're having conversation, the way you're connecting, all that is from a more sensitive, compassionate, more creative, inspired kind of space, Capricorn. Also, the Pisces energy in your third house can bring sensitivity to third house matters. So matters related to your close ties, your immediate environment. You could feel a little bit, or the way you connect or communicate with people, you can feel a bit sensitive around this time. You can feel a bit sensitive in the way you're communicating or the way other people are connecting with you. You may feel a bit more sensitive and maybe vulnerable as well during this time. And that can be because the expectations there might not be enough clarity in how you communicating or what you're expecting or what other people are expecting. So this full moon is going to bring some kind of awareness going forward. Now this Venus in the sign of Pisces is going to sextile Mercury in the sign of Taurus, which is your fifth house. So the third house and fifth house aligning harmoniously is absolutely brilliant time to communicate, express, do what your heart desires, show your talents, communicate your talents, use it to grow, use it to connect, network, and just, bring in more opportunities, chances, maybe a new job, the way you express yourself, maybe more creativity, more you show your hobbies, skills and all that, to improve your chances and network better and connect with people who can enhance your life, who can enhance your career, and just bring in those opportunities in your life, Capricorn. So Capricorn, this full moon is a great opportunity for personal growth, career advancement, attaining that prominence in your life, in your career matters, and also to communicate and connect with people, express yourself in the best possible manner. And if you do feel some kind of pressure on yourself because of the way you are connecting, or because of the career pressure or added responsibility during this time, it's definitely a good idea to channel these energies positively so that you can get the best out of your life and career matters, Capricorn. Aquarius, for you, the Libra full moon occurs in your ninth house. The ninth house is a house of learning, traveling, exploring. It's a house of your belief system, your philosophies, your perspective, the larger perspective, connecting with people beyond your environment, exploring, taking up new opportunities, being open to new opportunities and new territories. So when a full moon, which is about culmination, release, revelation, gratification, fulfillment, occurs in your ninth house, there's a need to go on a quest, there's a need to explore. So there would be a need to have new experiences during this time, Aquarius. Now the sun is in the sign of Aries and in your third house, which is about your local environment, your personal mindset, the way you communicate and connect with local, your close network. So with this ninth house and third house axis coming into focus during this full moon, and with the spotlight on your ninth house, you want to experience life beyond your current environment, your current outlook, your mindset, the way you see things. You want to open your mind and explore and see what's more there is to life, what's more there is to explore. So definitely during this time you are eager for new experiences, Aquarius. Now this full moon in Libra in your ninth house is forming a very harmonious trine aspect with Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, which is in your own house. So again, there is a need to explore, expand, and just expand your own self-image, your own sense of self, what you want in life, what are your priorities, what is your destiny, where's your life heading, your life direction. You want more in life, you want these new experiences, you want to go on a new quest, you want to explore what's more there is to your personality, what more there is to achieve, and you definitely don't want to limit yourself during this time, and you definitely do not want to limit yourself during this time, Aquarius. You are very much eager to explore and project yourself in a different way, and if that brings new opportunities, new places, new journeys, new direction, then you are definitely very much eager to welcome that in your life as well. Now this full moon is going to square Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house, which is about subconscious motivation. It's about your subconscious self, it's about past patterns, your need to retreat, take a break. So you may feel held back due to your own subconscious pattern, maybe due to your own fear, or old patterns may be holding you back. Now Aquarius, the best way is to trust yourself, trust your instinct, your intuition, which is a 12th house matter, and to accommodate these new experiences in your life, even if you feel challenged or you don't know how to approach these matters during this time. Now this full moon is ruled by Venus because it's in the sign of Libra, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces during this time, which is your second house. Now along with Venus, there's also Jupiter, Neptune and Mars all together forming a strong stellium in your second house. Now second house is to do with your personal finance, your material gains, your possessions, the things you possess, the things you hold, your resources, and also your self-worth. So with a strong stellium in your second house, and with Venus there, the ruler of this lunation, you may feel more consumed or confused by the money that you're making, or the fact that you need to keep on making more money, and that can really confuse you or overwhelm you, can take over your decision making capabilities. You may be making any kind of decision in your life during this time based on how much money you can make. So you definitely keen on your security and stability, financial security and stability. And with this Venus and Pisces, which brings in this creative, sensitive, compassionate energy to your second house matter, you may be approaching your need for financial stability maybe a little bit more from inspired space, more sensitive space during this time. You may have slight more clarity regarding where you're heading, and you may not necessarily be overly consumed by just the idea of making more money. Now Venus here in the sign of Pisces is going to sextile Mercury in the sign of Taurus. Now Taurus is your 4th house, Aquarius, so your home and family matters is coming into play and connecting very harmoniously with your money matters. So your sense of stability, security comes also through inner fulfillment and inner contentment in your home environment. So you're interested in the sense of stability and foundation that can also contribute to your money making, your profits, the money that you're making. So and this is quite well aligned during this time. So you will definitely see a raise in your money matters, your growth and enhancement in your money matters. You definitely see some kind of growth in just your career matters, your role in life, your life direction, your internal motivation, the experiences you're having, the new opportunities you are taking on during this time, and all these can lead to material gains, Aquarius. So overall, it's a great time to focus on new experiences, new territories, explore, expand, go beyond your limits, go beyond your environment, your immediate environment, and connect with your life direction, life purpose, your where you're heading in life from now from hence onwards, and a better understanding of this whole picture, your whole life, including your sense of stability and foundation, is going to in the end increase your money making capabilities, and also the inner fulfillment that you get will contribute to your sense of self-worth as well, Aquarius. Pisces, for you the Libra full moon occurs in your 8th house. Now 8th house is the house of your shared values, shared finances, shared resources. So when a full moon occurs in your 8th house of shared finances and shared resources and shared values, what happens is there's a culmination, release, fulfillment, gratification, or just resolution or understanding or an outcome related to the 8th house matter. Now this can mean trusting others where your shared resources are concerned, or coming together to build resources together, or investing together, or even will help with the social finances, maybe banking institution or something. Maybe you applied something, maybe a loan or a home loan, or any kind of loan you applied and it's approved during this time. So any kind of investment, financial matters coming together for financial gain, all that matter is going to come to some kind of outcome or clarity during this time, or just understanding, and there would be an opportunity to change or adjust anything that you need to, any matters that related to your finances that needs to be adjusted during this time. Now the sun is in the sign of Aries in your 2nd house. That's the opposite sign and house to the 8th house. So 2nd house is about your personal finance, your own money making capabilities. So Pisces, the Aries season is mostly focused on your own money making capabilities, but during this Libra full moon there is a special focus and spotlight on the shared money making capabilities, how you make money with other people, especially in an intimate relationship or in a union, maybe a business partnership, something like that. So with the focus on 2nd house and 8th house energy, there's a need to balance in what you make, how you make, and what you contribute, what values you bring to the table, and also trusting other people and relying on other people for financial support, Pisces. Now the full moon in Libra is aspecting Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. It's forming a very harmonious trine aspect. Now Aquarius is your 12th house, so the 8th house energy and 12th house energy are very harmoniously aligned during this full moon. Now 12th house and 8th house energy both are very mysterious and a hidden energy. So your financial matter and your 12th house, which is your subconscious motivation and old patterns, all that is very much well aligned. So you may get some kind of understanding, awareness regarding any old pattern, your subconscious pattern as well, or just old ways of doing things. Maybe there will be a closure, something regarding these matters that will help you understand your finances better and trust other people, rely on other people for that financial support. Now this full moon is also going to square Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, which is your 11th house. So there might be some kind of obligation or pressure in terms of your social group, your social setting, your friend circle, that could be overwhelming you because you need to make a decision keeping that energy in mind as well, your social circle as well. Maybe you're listening to them, connecting with them, or sharing the load where these decisions are concerned. So the best way forward is to channel your energy positively and listen to other people, what they have to say, and then make up your own mind going forward, Pisces. Now the ruler of this Libra full moon is Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Pisces in your sign, and along with Venus there's also Jupiter, Neptune and Mars, all of them together, all these planetary energies forming a strong stellium in your 1st house. So there's a lot of focus on you, Pisces, during the month of April, the entire month of April, but especially during this full moon there's a special emphasis on your sense of self and your money matters, because this full moon is going to bring awareness regarding your life path, your priorities, your how you're projecting yourself, what is your mindset, your outlook, and all those matter, because there's a lot of emphasis on your first house. Now Venus in Pisces is about inspiration, creativity, sensitivity, compassion, and that will be your approach going forward when you are dealing with your financial matter, dealing with your own self, looking at what you need, what you want in life, how you want to go forward, just your personal priorities, destiny, your self-image, how you're communicating yourself, your outlook, mindset, and all that. Definitely you'll be leading more from a compassionate and sensitive space, Pisces, going forward. Now this Venus in Pisces is going to sextile Mercury in the sign of Taurus, which is your third house of communication and connection. So this is a great time to communicate and connect with people, discuss matters with people around you, or whoever the experts are regarding a financial matter, or even just your own journey, how you want to project yourself. If you want to start a business or a business partnership, or you want to invest, whatever that might be, Pisces, it's a good idea to communicate these concerns to other people, and just trust and rely on other people as well if you do need any kind of financial support, help, whether it's from other people in your life, or banking institutions, social, financial, whatever that might be. This is a good time to think about that, and just go beyond your limits as well if you need answers. So Pisces, overall this full moon in Libra is a time of awareness regarding your financial matters, regarding your fear or vulnerability regarding your financial matters as well, and to trust and rely on other people as well, where if you do need the support, financial support, or help, or you need to just trust on other people more. Now it's a good idea to discuss all these matters and communicate your concerns to your friends, close ties, whoever there is to help and support you. So definitely a great idea to understand your finances better, also your personal finances, because you're finding a balance between what you earn and what you build together with other people. And at the end of the day, with so much emphasis on your first house with this Pisces stellium, you are leading from more compassionate and sensitive space going forward, Pisces, and you're more focused on your journey, your priorities, what do you want from life, where do you find stability and security going forward. So this was my Libra full moon video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you can use the information to understand the energies around this Libra full moon, because there's a lot of energy around relationship matters, especially because of this Aries and Libra energies. So thank you very much again for watching, and have a lovely day.